Looking out over my land this morning, I'm just filled with love. I love Portugal. I love all the Portuguese people I've met. I love living on a farm in Portugal. I just love this land. And I just love this life I have chosen to live out the last of my days. It's the simple things. Having a nice cup of coffee, freshly brewed coffee, sitting outside, checking emails on my MacBook. I'm on the tools again this morning, and it's actually quite enjoyable doing this, removing the cement. And especially as you take off some of the cement, you see the beautiful granite stones underneath. So we'll soon get this place to its former glory.
Double shovel.
Yeah. Oh goodness, so you got to... I suppose we couldn't have put a plank down to wheel it down. You would never get down that way.
I was going to say, it's just like, well, a plank, you've got to worry with it, moving,
Yeah.
shifting, and everything. It's just easy to dump it, shovel it over. And, yeah, a bit more work, but
Yeah.
some muscles.
Yeah. Oh well, it's coming along. Have we got... How's the... I'll come around and have a look. Yeah, that just keeps it stable there.
Yeah, because then when the stones come on there, weight down on that side,
Mm.
and then yeah, bring the next ones up.
Yeah.
That will just lock them in slightly.
Yeah. Because I think I must look in the plans how much gravel is at the bottom. It's actually not that much. It's gravel and then it's a layer of sand, and then we'll put the compost and then get the worms.
I was going to say, when I spoke to Nick, he said, well, don't worry about the sand. It's only a soak away, isn't it? It's like, well, yeah. Like I say, in your time, you'll never feel this.
Yeah.
Even if you had 20 volunteers, we'd come, you know what I mean?
All pooping at the same time.
Surprising how long it takes.
Yeah. No, that's great. Just planted some carrots in this raised bed. This is, let's see what it's called, Nantes Corliss carrots. That's the kind. So we'll see if this comes up over here. More and more things are starting to germinate in my winter sowing containers, which is good. These that are transplanted, that were growing amongst the weeds, seem to have grown a little bit since I put them in. So I'm sure they're happier in the raised garden beds. And I'm off now to go and plant speckworm and raspberry canes. It's nice to see that the black plastic that I put down has managed to stay in place despite the very, very heavy winds we've had the last couple of nights, and yeah, even the last couple of days. So I have planted 5 raspberry canes along this bank where this little wall is over here, because I think they'll get lots of sun, and that's also a little bit protected, I think. Nature is confused. These flowers are flowering, but the trees aren't yet budding, and the bees are so active at the moment. I feel almost like I'm standing next to the beehive because I can just hear bees everywhere. My shadow. So Julian has finished building the tank for the vermicomposting toilet. We ran out of these red bricks, so we've just used these grey paving ones just for the last little bit. And the plan, I'll show you the plan that we are following, is used by Oxfam in many of the East African countries, Myanmar as well, etc. And so you put 30 to 60 centimeters of gravel on the bottom, then you have 10 centimeters of coarse sand, then 10 centimeters of like the composting material, and that's what you'll put the worms in. And then you've got to have 40 centimeters from that to the top, and then the waste pipe has to come in out into the center, because the poop then has to go into the middle of the tank. What we're going to be doing is I'm going to get some cement or concrete beams, and I'm going to put the concrete beams across the top, but I'm going to then have a little inspection hole, which is you need that as well, obviously, to be able to put the worms in, and I suppose to check on them. So it's all happening over here. So this is the kitchen area. I am now, we've moved the stove and the one cupboard along to that side because I need to start getting this mud like this over here out of this wall, and then we need to brush this wall with a wire brush and then repoint it, fill up gaps with small stones so that I can start with my bottles on the top. But this is all just part of the prep at the moment, is just removing this ugly plastic, which is very necessary, but it doesn't look very nice, so cutting it off. Once you remove the plastic, you can see there's a nice hole over here, so this one I'm going to fill in with some stones. Looks like I've even got a plant growing inside my kitchen. So I finally managed to see the elusive David at the agricultural department office here in Fundau, and I've now scheduled an appointment for Thursday morning, so I'll be able to give you more information then. It costs 55 euros the first time you register your farm, and then you will be entitled to get subsidies as well, and 15 euros for the animal license. With so much to do on the farm, one can never get bored. So if you don't feel like taking cement grouting out the front, you can always start with removing some of this. That's going to come out. See, this comes out easily. I don't want to take out too much because I don't want the rocks to collapse over here. But got to just take out some of the extra, like you can see it over here. This is going to come out. Then you just take out the whole lot of mud and then it's out. So then I've got to come and brush this wall. So the next time I go into town, I've got to buy a wire brush to get rid of the lichen or moss or whatever it is that's growing on it. There's a nice big hole that's got to get filled. I don't know if you can see there. Yeah, give it a good scrub, but it's just to get this bit, these bits. And then brush it all out. This hammer drill is probably a bit over the top for this mud. Ooh. All right. There's some more that can come out. So all of this has just got to get brushed and cleaned up before I can start laying my bottle bricks on the top. You can see how wide this wall is. I've measured it before. It's about 50 centimeters. So my bottle bricks are probably going to be a bit narrower than this wall, but that's okay. I've got it figured out. So I've managed to get out all the mud, well, the clumps of mud in between this wall. So yeah, as you can see, it's all over the floor. So now the next step is just to brush this wall and brush all these clumps out, and then start pointing this wall. Picked up some vegetable scraps for the pigs from Evelyn. So thank you, Evelyn. Thank you so much to all who bought fence posts or fruit tree last week. I will be going fence post shopping at the end of the week. So thank you so much for helping me to be able to enlarge the area where the pigs can go out to go and graze. Words can't express my appreciation, so thank you so much. And if you'd like to buy me, well, I'm not calling it buy me a coffee, it's buy me a fence post. The link to that will be in the description below, which will say buy me a coffee, because that's the name of the site. The pigs can hear my voice as I'm filming, so they've all started up their choir. So I'm going to head off now to go and feed them. I have some nice cabbage leaves from Evelyn. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay sane, and I'll see you on the next video.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we wait